Start with the identification tag on the side. You'll find the manufacturer, date it was manufactured, your VIN number, your gross weight, tire sizes, pressures, and below you have your cargo weight and also tire sizes. Up front, your battery. These aren't maintenance-free batteries. You may have to add water to them at some point. If you're not going to be using your unit, I would recommend disconnecting it. There is a bit of a power drain, comes from your stereo and carbon monoxide detector. And for winter, I would put it somewhere warm. Underneath is your spare tire. To get it out, you have to unbolt on one side, and you can get it out that way. Either way, either side, as long as take one off. There'll be two 30-pound propane tanks, selectors in the middle. Arrow points to whichever tank you want to supply propane. Your breakaway. Just a note with these, if your battery is hooked up, if the key gets pulled out, it does activate your brakes. If it's left out for extended period of time, it's going to drain your battery and it can do damage to your brakes. So just kind of keep an eye, make sure that stays in. Manual front jack. Front cargo light. You got stabilizers on all four corners. One thing with these, they're not meant for leveling. You just got to level your camper first and crank these down just to put pressure down on the ground. If you put too much, if you try to crank your trailer up, it is going to bend them. So it's just for stabilizing. In your front cubby, shore cord, and you have a hose with garden hose. These are for a spray port. Well, I'll show you that when we get there. Your slide, underneath you'll see there's two arms. Just gotta keep an eye, make sure that stays clean, and everything should work smoothly. Behind your slide, you have your spray port here with hot and cold. That's where your blue hose hooks up to. You have your city water connection. If you're at a campground that has the water supplied right at your camp, you can just run your garden hose directly into there. Your black tank flush here. If you are going to be using that, just make sure that you have your black tank valve open. It'll just fill up your tank. If not, and you might end up with a mess. You have the coax cable in and the phone line in. Also another coax. Underneath is your sewer dump. You have your waste and your body. You can tell the valves are kind of hidden in there, but yeah, right there you got two low points. You don't have to do much with those. Just when you do your winterization, you can pull those plugs out and it'll drain the last little bit of water out. Another stabilizer jack. Your plug-in for your shore cord. In the back bumper, you have your sewer hose. There. Ladder at the back. And I would recommend inspecting your roof a couple times a year, especially if there's been a storm. just to inspect your vents, make sure everything's looking good, not cracked up anywhere where there could be a water leak. Make sure that your sealant's still looking good. Awning. Your furnace, intake, and exhaust. You have your vent for your fridge. Everything is, all the controls are on the inside, so you really don't need to go in there. Your hot water heater. On these ones, this is a propane and 110 electric. The electric switch is in here. So if you want to run it electric, you got to pull this little pin out and turn it on. If you want to run gas, you just leave it on the off switch or off position, and I'll show you where the switch is for that inside. Water fill, power outlet, vent for your exhaust fan on your range. On your wheels, these center caps do pop off. There is grease nipples in behind, so you can grease your wheel bearings, which isn't a bad idea to do once or twice a year. Entrance door. Another little light here. You'll notice there's a hole here. I'll just kind of show you what it looks like. Right there. So there's a crank. You can manually crank your slide in if you ever run into a problem if you have no power. And I'll show you the crank. It's in the front here. Your awning. When you do your awning, you'll have two clips like this on each side. Just undo those. You have your awning rod. Up top you have a little selector here. This is roll down, you pull it down, roll up, it pushes up. So you're gonna grab your rod, pull it down, head to the center. There's a little strap there, grab that, and then you can just pull your awning out. And then when you go to roll it up, it's the opposite. You're gonna push that up, grab your strap and let it roll up. This is your crank for your slide. And you got your crank for your stabilizer jacks. So that is about it for the outside. We'll head inside.